We met. I went to see Jack in a play, and I met him in the dressing room after the show. When was that?
It was about 9 years ago. It was
9 years ago.
2013 at the Trafalgar. I'm going to try and be cool, pretend like I'm just remembering it. Not that I've thought about it every day since.
Trafalgar
Studios 2013, just in London. And yeah, Gary was backstage. And I didn't know you were in that night. I would have tried even harder. Probably good that I didn't know.
No, you were good.
You
were good.
Doing press-ups halfway through a monologue or something.
But, yeah.
And then
and that's...
And he said to me, he said to me, "You're pretty good, aren't you?" And I didn't know how to respond to that, because it was both a lovely thing to say and a question. And it's always stuck in my head. I can see it, you saying that. And so to then walk home at night, having had him say that, you know, I've had worse nights at the theatre, you know. So it was nice.
It was like that. I went, "You're pretty good."
Yeah, he had his hand round my throat. I was up against a wall. So which made it strange, but it's still, the sentiment was still the same.
Yeah. Did I read the book before I got the script? I heard about the script and then got the book, because the show's based on these books by Mick Herron, and then was told these scripts are on their way to you. There's this incredible character. They're based on these books, and I read Slow Horses and just thought, wow, you know, if the scripts are anything like this. That's also, you know, you can read something like that and be wowed, and then be very disappointed when the adaptation comes in, because in a way it's a tough job to take a novel, to take a book and then condense it into six episodes. But the scripts came in and they were fantastic. So it was really, and I wanted to branch out into television. Yes.
The Last Frontier.
The Last Frontier, for me.
For you. Yeah. It wasn't so much branching out for me, it was more sort of grabbing a branch. Take that one.
It was getting back on the bicycle for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Yeah. We get on. Do you get that feeling?
Easier when you're high.
I just thought it shone a completely different light on the MI5 that I sort of had in my head and had grown up with, and I thought it was so darkly funny. And when I found out the cast and just what they could do with these roles, I was just so excited.
Yeah, I'd read the book, so I was delighted that they'd managed to bring it to life so much in the script and lend it their own character. The writers have given it their own style, using Mick Herron's guidance, as it were, and he wrote the novels. And I just loved the messiness of it, the chaos of it. It was all a bit untidy. And I think somebody in rehearsals said, yeah, it's like Batman, but with farts. And then I thought, oh yeah, it's that sort of, they want it to be a thriller, they want it to be dark and serious, but then somebody farts. So I thought, oh, I like this. This is my type of show.
We do a lot of sort of, we have a little sort of circuit we do every morning, like a training circuit, piggybacks and things like that.
He's telling fibs.
No, we don't. We don't really prep at all every morning. The work has all been done months before, and which was one of my favourite things I learned about you as well, was how you've learned your lines. You've done all the work months before, because that's what I do, and I always thought, oh, I should be cool and cagey and just do it the night before.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I can't. I couldn't. No, I have to do the work, and I've worked with some actors, you know, who sort of barely know the lines. They want to search and as if it's real, you know, it's like real life. I don't know what I'm going to say next, which has never. We know exactly what we're going to say because it's in the script. But I like to really have. I like to have the lines, the work, really inside me. So then I'm not thinking about. They're in the subconscious almost, you know, and I'm not really thinking about it. And he works the same. So you have the work, and then we would normally get on the set, we do a line run, and then start to ease into the scene, and then that's, I think, when the thing starts to spark, and then ideas come. But I don't like to preconceive. That's the thing. You can do the work.
Do the right work.
Do the right work. Yeah. But when you come in, don't preconceive anything and see what happens just between us or the actors on the day. So far it's been working for me.
God, I read the script and then I read the book, and that was it, really. We did have one day, Jack and I, where we had an ex-MI5 agent work with us on tailing and surveillance. Did you do that as well?
No, we had a lot of talk about MI5 from an ex-MI5 spy.
Yes, I think the same one whose name I am forgetting.
Wasn't it?
It was good. It's just asking all these just really intrusive questions, actually, looking back, but it's great. Yeah. When you're never going to get the chance again.
Exactly. When are you going to meet a spy?
I know.
A real spy.
Well, hopefully you don't. The cover would be blown.
Otherwise they'd be rubbish,
yeah.
wouldn't they? I listened to hours and hours of a brilliant podcast called Hooked, which is about addiction. And I was looking after my old dad at the time we started, and I would drive to Devon and back because of the pandemic. I didn't get on any trains. And I would listen to hours and hours of this. It was amazing. And read loads of books about alcohol addiction and read the books, read the scripts. I tried to read a couple of spy novels, but they were, you know, what was it like to work in MI6? That was quite dense, I thought. And then I kept saying to myself, well, Standish is just the secretary, so I don't really need to know about surveillance. So actually paperwork, I need to know how to file and do all that stuff.
Oh, I don't know if challenging's the word. For me, it was all pretty cushy. I mean, there was no, and I don't know what I can say and give away in terms of like specific scenes as well. Yeah. It was all pretty tickety-boo.
I mean, night shoots are always challenging, and working in pandemic was a challenge.
Well, yeah,
over and above what we had to do. But as you mentioned earlier, we were so keen to start working because things had been locked down that I was so over-prepared. I had so much time to myself, you know, so I was ready. So nothing was a challenge. I was ready for anything. Oh yeah, there's one for me, but I'm not going to tell you because I'd give it away, so.
I think my first day with you and Gary and Jack, where we're all sort of summoned to his office. Because I was so incredibly nervous.
Were you? You didn't.
Oh my God! Because I hadn't worked for a year, and all of a sudden I'm with you and with Gary, with Jack, and I was just like, oh God,
totally incredible.
Really?
Yeah, I was very impressed.
Can't act. I can't do it anymore. And I was just, I felt so stiff, and then, you know, everyone's so bloody lovely, and James the director is, you know, constantly making gags at your expense, so it was quite nice actually. That it was just very normal.
Not as much as Jeremy. You didn't work with Jeremy, did you?
No.
Oh, endless jokes.
Oh really?
At your expense. Yes. Sorry, that was the second series. That's another day. No, sorry, second half of the first series. It's confusing, isn't it? 6 episodes and then another.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, I just loved it all, as I said. I just found it all incredibly... I suppose, actually, the first action when you're actually speaking to Gary Oldman as an actor and you think, oh, my God, I'm acting with Gary Oldman. I really am. This is fantastic. So, yeah.
Yeah, you come out of yourself a little bit and you're like, no, I am in this scene as
Yes,
well.
exactly,
I need to pay attention.